present value calculation. Let's look at the scenario. First scenario. Amelia decides to get a loan of 250,000 from a bank. The bank charges 5% per annum compounded monthly. The bank asks Amelia to make a deposit of 10% first. Calculate the installment if she is to pay back the loan in 7 years. Now, it's very simple here. You must highlight the things that are very important to this calculation. And in this case, we are going to highlight some of the things I think are very, very important to this calculation. And the first thing that I noticed was there was a deposit. Can you see here? There was a deposit. There was a deposit, and that deposit is going to affect the loan. In actual fact, the 250,000 we are seeing there is not going to be the loan value we are going to use for our calculations. We have to remove the 10% because Amelia paid 10%, so it's her money. It's not money from the bank, so you can't charge interest on money which you have paid. So because the bank asks for a deposit of 10%, we have to calculate what Amelia actually got from the bank, and we will call that our loan value P. So our loan value P, for instance, is going to be 250,000, which is what she wanted. Subtract the deposit that the bank says she must pay, which is 10% of 250,000. Remember, 10% off means I must multiply that fraction. Now, this will then give me 225,000 rand. So this is the actual loan that she got from the bank. Now, when we've got now the loan value, we now need to calculate the installment. And there is a very simple formula to do that. There is a formula called the present value formula. This formula is used for money that is owed. When you go and ask for money and you want to do calculations, this formula is the one that you use. When somebody wants to ask for money from somewhere, whether it's a mashonisa, whether it is a banker, whether it is a loan shark, depending on what you call them, this is the formula that you use because it's not your money. You have to get money from someone else and you're using it, and that is the formula we're going to use. And this is going to be P is equal to, very simple, and you get this formula directly from your formula sheet, and it's going to be x square bracket 1 minus bracket 1 plus I close bracket to the power of negative 1 n, the power of negative n, close the square bracket, everything there divided by I. Now, once we have done that, remember now we want x. X is the installment in this formula. X is the installment. And P is the recalculated loan. So we've already found our P, and we are going to substitute into the formula. So it's going to be 225,000 is equal to our X there, and then open bracket 1 minus close bracket, open bracket again, 1 plus our interest. Remember, we have got an interest of 5%. If we go back, we are going to see that here they gave us an interest of 5% right there. Do you see that? Now, that 5% was being compounded monthly. I must highlight this just for control. I must just highlight that this is going to be the interest. Can you see? I'm going to put it in green, and we are taking it with this whole statement there to say it's compounded monthly. Can you see it's compounded monthly? So once we accept that it's being compounded monthly, we can now go back and say this interest is going to be 5 over 100. Compounded monthly means divide by 12, and then this is minus, and then again the number of months. The number of months here we go back again. We go back to look at our expression, and then we highlight the number of months, where are they coming from? I'm going to take the red. Here we've got 7 years. Now 7 years translates to 7 times 12 months. Because remember, it's compounded monthly, so we use months. So it's going to be 7 times 12 months. So if it's going to be 7 times 12 months, we are now going to say 7 times 12, it's going to be 84. So 84 months is what we have. So it's minus 84 months, which is 7 times 12. Then you close the bracket, then you divide this one by again, it's going to be our I, which is 5 over 100 divided by 12. This is now what we have. So to put it quite simply, I can now just simply take that whole chunk of thing here, this whole chunk, this whole bracket, I can now take it to the other side and divide it with that one to get my x, which will give me some advantage. Or I can simplify what is in that bracket and then take it to the other side, whichever way you choose to do it. But remember, you have got a calculator which is going to help you. So I am just going to take it all at once so that I can work it out nicely. So I'm just going to go, I'm going to have my 225,000 divided by, sorry, it's just divided by, remember we have got our square bracket there, 1 minus bracket 1 plus 5 over 100 divided by 12 to the power of negative 84, close bracket, again this one divided by 5 over 100 divided by 12, like that. And then obviously I put on a big bracket there and a big bracket there. So now this is going to give me my x, and I'm going to just punch my calculator. I'm just going to punch my calculator now. Alright, so after calculation, we will find that we're now going to have 3,180.13 cents. That is going to be how we calculate our installment x using the present value formula. And remember, this formula is given, so you don't have to worry about remembering it.